And hello again, everyone. This is Chaz Thomas. We're living the life inspired. Living the life inspired. Uh, it's been a minute since I've been on. So much has been going on behind the scenes with the new project. But anyway, I'm take a few moments out just to talk a little bit about living the life inspired. If you've noticed, I've posted a couple of things about living the life inspired. I've been stopping individuals randomly and just asking them, what inspires you? What inspires you? Because right now, at this point, um, I'm really curious. Now, I know what inspires me. And, life inspires me basically. Walks on the lake, nature, trees, uh, being out, just being out in nature in the fresh air inspires me. I guess just living inspires me. That's where I get my energy. That's where um, I raise my frequency. Is when I'm out in nature amongst the birds and the bees and the grass and the trees. But that inspires me, and it's something when you really think about it. It's something we really take for granted, isn't it? At least I did. Waking up every day, we take it for granted. We don't get up in the morning the next day and do stuff. We just assume. Uh, the same with nature. I really think we take nature for granted. Nature and the beauty of nature is God's gift to us every single day that we're able to appreciate it. Yeah, it gets cold sometimes, it gets hot, it gets windy, but all that is part of it, right? You don't want things to be static. You don't want it the same way all the time. You need it changed up from time to time to appreciate it. You need the cold weather to appreciate the hot weather, right? You need the rain to appreciate when it's nice and dry out. So everything has a balance in life. But again, I think that passes us by. That passes by because we're sometimes living day to day in the moment and distracted by things that really shouldn't distract us. Like I look at it like this: if it's something you have no control over, uh, then don't worry about it. You're just wasting your time and your energy because you can't control this. So focus on something more controllable, right? That's how I look at it anyway. I don't stress over too many things or too much like I used to because it's an uphill battle, you know. And the things that I used to stress over was doing nothing to improve my life. Um, it made me sick. You know, it made me bitter. That's not a way you want to live. That's not the way I wanted to live. So I had to change up. I had to change up, and this process took years. I'm going to tell you. Uh, in my early 20s, I believe that's when I started trying to figure out who I am. I spent time in the libraries and the bookstores and self-help books because in my mind I thought there's got to be a better way to live life. I'm gonna tell you, in my early 20s, I was in corporate America, trying to climb that ladder, only to find there's a glass ceiling there. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be a better way to do this. I was in business, and the day to day hustle with that was wearing on me. It was really wearing on me, and I felt like, you know what? If this is all there is, then you know, let me figure this out right now. I started to have a family, my four sons, and that's another reason I said, wait a minute, if I'm going through this right now, imagine what they're going to be going through. So I need to pay the way. I need to start figuring this thing out, not only for me now, but for my four sons. And so that's what I did. I took that journey. I started this journey years ago, but I didn't really know where I was going. I didn't really know what this journey was all about. I just knew there's got to be a better way. I started getting into religions. I started to research different cultures. I was at that time in my life. I got to figure this thing out. And that was my drive. I was just taking one step at a time, reading what I can, and gathering. Now, as with everything, take what you can use and leave the rest. And that's what I did. So fast forward, I did start to figure it out, at least for me. And that's what you got to do. Not everything fits with everybody. You got to find out what fits with you in your life, right? And that's another thing. I try not. No, I don't try. I don't be preachy with people. My beliefs, I don't try to enforce on anyone, and I appreciate it if you don't enforce your beliefs on me, because what works for you works for you. What works for me works for me. All right. No one's in a position to judge who's right. We all have our opinions about things, but that's your opinion. Okay, that's your filter. Don't try to put your filter on me. If it didn't work for you, doesn't mean it's not going to work for me, because we're different. We're different. So if it's something you really want to do in life, this is what I learned in all that research, is that you control your life. You control your life. Your destiny is your choice based on the choices you make. That's right. And choices have consequences, as we know. But I've learned, if you want a better life, you got to live better. And that's mind, body, and spirit. Mind, you got to learn to slow down. You got to learn to be still. Meditate. And I'm telling you, I didn't care much for meditating in the beginning because I didn't understand it. I thought it was just, you're sitting somewhere in the corner in the quiet, or listening to music, or looking at a candle. Actually, that's how I started meditating, because that's what I read. You sit somewhere and you look at the flame of a candle, and then it'll take you back. But I don't do that anymore, because that's not really how it works. But it is a time for you to rest your soul, your spirit, and your mind, because you got what they call, you got monkey brain. You're thinking about everything all the time. And it's like, my gosh, just slow down and stop. But you can do that. You can actually slow down your thinking process, because that's where the confusion comes in, because you're trying to figure out everything. And sometimes how you get into a situation, good or bad, you can't use that same mindset to get out of it. So you have to be still. You have to quiet yourself, quiet your mind, and allow God to speak to you. To me, that's how I sum it up. Praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. Sometimes we don't do the second part. I mean, we'll talk to God, we'll ask him, and we'll cry to him. But then we also got to listen for the answers. I mean, why ask a question? Why ask a question and not receive the answer? But God is always answering your prayers. You're being blessed every single day. And I tell my sons this: we are blessed every single day, but sometimes we got to stop and we got to listen for the answers, right? And I also believe this. I believe in frequencies. I believe in energy. I believe everything is energy. As Einstein reminded us, everything is energy. Whatever we pray for, right? The answer is always there. It's not like, okay, next week, I believe this, I'm going to be blessed. I'm going to get the answer next week. No. I've come to understand that Whatever you ask for in life, whatever you're blessed for in life already exists at the moment. We live in the moment. We just need to raise our frequency to meet that blessing. All right, you hear that? Because at first I didn't understand that. I said, what does that mean? Everything is a frequency because everything is energy. Everything is moving all the time at different speeds. Solids, liquids, air, mist, vapor. Everything is energy. Everything is moving at different frequencies. So, for instance, if you want a new car, you can get that new car right now. What you got to do is raise your frequency to meet that blessing of that new car. And what does that mean? What does that mean to raise your frequency to meet your blessing? You've heard of the saying, what you think about, you bring about. Same thing as a frequency. What you think about, what you're focused on, what you're concentrated on is a frequency. All right. So what'll happen if you sit still, you'll start figuring out ways to get things done, how to get a job, how to make more money, right? You already have the answers to everything. You really do. But we have to take a moment to process it, right? I really do believe what you think about, you bring about. Because what happens now, if you're focused on that one thing, whatever it is, you're going to start figuring out ways to accomplish that. That's just the law of nature, right? If you're on a road trip, in your car, you got a map or GPS or whatever it is, that's the instructions to get there, right? You still will get there. Driving here to California, wow, it's going to take a while, but you'll get there if you keep driving and keep following these directions. That's life. Whatever it is you can get, figure out the directions, map it out, and then follow that map. It's not difficult at all. I mean, life is really simple. I've come to that conclusion too, as well in these many years. Life is not difficult at all. Life is fun because it's what you make it. You can make life fun or you can make it miserable. You ever meet people who are just miserable all the time and just grumpy and grouchy for no reason? Shoot, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Why are you angry? How you get angry? You in your sleep? Who you mad at? Who'd you ever fight with in your sleep? How you wake up grumpy? But that's who some people are. That's who some people are. I believe you set your intentions. You set your intentions as soon as you wake up. Be grateful, be thankful. God, you got another opportunity here to get it better, right? Start with a smile. Start with, oh, thank you. Ooh, thank you for another opportunity to follow this map, because I got it all mapped out. I'm gonna follow this map. And the other thing is discipline. Discipline. Okay, so you got the map to wherever you want to go or whatever you want to do. Now you need the discipline to follow the directions. Okay, it says in a couple of miles turn right, and then I'm gonna make another right and then a left. You got to follow those directions or you end up lost or in a circle. You ever feel like your life is going nowhere? That you're on this treadmill and going nowhere, just going in circles? That's because you haven't really mapped out a plan. I mean, you want things to get better, but you got to do things different, right? Those saying, what is insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting different results. You got to make some adjustments in your life. And you know what those adjustments are. And that's the other thing, folks. We already know how to fix our problems. The answer is there. It's just called common sense. But sometimes common sense ain't so common. We'll know what to do, the right thing to do, and we still won't do it because we get distracted. We get distracted, and that's the easiest thing to do in life is get distracted, right? I can remember in school, if you're like me, well, most of the fellows was like me. In some classes, you have a little cutie there, and that gave me motivation and inspiration to go to that class. I mean, I go to any other class, but if it's a cutie in this class I want to see, I'm going to go to that class because that was my motivation. You see, sometimes we need to be motivated to do the things we want to do in life, you know. But anyway, back to it. So I'm doing this podcast for a couple reasons. A, because the podcast I do, I'm actually learning myself. I'm teaching myself. And by helping others, you're also helping yourself. So the more I do these, the more help I'm getting. And I'm trying to put all this information I've gathered so far in this journey on podcasts. So I can refer back to it at a later date, or if it's helping you, you can refer to it and apply it to your life if you need to. But I think life is fun. My whole thing at this point going forward is to have fun and to deliberately make my life fun. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to chart it along the way. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. When I travel, I got a couple of trips lined up. I'm going to take you guys with me, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy life with me. That's the other thing. Having a companion. I think everyone needs a companion. So I want you guys to be my companion on the rest of this journey. I'm excited about it. You ever been so excited about something where you can't sleep? That's where I'm at with this Living a Life Inspired. Because to me, I've always known about it, but this is the first time I'm putting it all together in a package, and I'm bringing you guys along with me because I don't want to be selfish with this. I feel this is a gift. This is a gift from God, and God gives us gifts. We all have talents, and He'll put you before the right people to share it with. Write it down, make it clear, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm writing it down, or I'm recording it and making it clear so you guys. So I'm this type of person. I don't only want to talk about it. I want to be about it. And that's something my mom used to tell me all the time. She said, "Don't talk about it. Be about it." So you got to show your truth. If you believe in something, live it. Live that thing you believe. And I believe one of the best witnesses to doing anything successful is letting people kind of witness, see for themselves. Yeah, you could tell people anything and they'll probably believe it, but I want you to see what I'm doing. I don't want to just preach to you, say, well, do this and don't do this and do this these many times. No, I want you to see my journey. I want to document this journey so you can see, oh, it does work. Yes, it does work. And it's not very difficult. It's very, very easy and very simple to do, right? So that's another reason why I'm doing this podcast, and I'm doing Living the Life Inspired. And again, that's my whole thing, living the life inspired, not teaching the life inspired, not preaching the life inspired. It's living the life inspired. That to me is the best way to live life. Is just live it, right? And control your circumstances, right? Okay, so that's it for right now. And I got some more stuff for you lined up a little bit later, but I just want to take a moment and share that thought with you. My name is Chaz Thomas with Living the Life Inspired. Actually, you can hear this podcast on Spotify. We have a YouTube channel, and we have a website, www.livinginthelife.inspired.com. And also share your Living the Life Inspired with me. Send me a DM or a message like, this is what inspires me. I want to see what inspires you. Okay, and I want to be able to share that with people too, because what inspires you can spark someone else's inspiration, right? And I believe we all caring and sharing. So let's share those moments with other people, okay? Again, this is Chaz Thomas. It's been fun talking to you. And until next time, God bless.